The McDonnell F-4 Phantom II-N1 is a two-seat, twin-engine, all-weather long-range supersonic fighter bomber, an interceptor aircraft developed by McDonnell Aircraft for the United States Navy, proving highly adaptable. It entered service with the Navy in 1961 before being adopted by the United States Marine Corps and the United States Air Force, and by the mid-1960s it had become an important part of their air arsenals. Phantom production ran from 1958 to 1981, with a total of 5,195 aircraft built, making it the most produced American supersonic military aircraft in history, and cementing its position as the signature fighter of the Cold War. The Phantom is a large fighter aircraft with a top speed of over Mach 2.2. It can carry more than 18,000 pounds, 8,400 kilograms, of weapons on 9 external hardpoints, including air-to-air missiles, air-to-ground missiles, and assorted bombs. The F-4, like other interceptors of its time, was originally designed without an internal cannon. Later models used the M61 Vulcan rotary cannon. Beginning in 1959, the aircraft set 15 world records for in-flight performance, including absolute speed records and absolute altitude records. The F-4 was used extensively during the Vietnam War. It served as the chief air superiority fighter for the U.S. Air Force, Navy and Marine Corps and became important in ground attack and aerial reconnaissance roles late in the war. During the Vietnam War, all 5 American servicemen who became aces, 1 U.S. Air Force pilot, 2 weapons systems officers, WSOs, 1 U.S. Navy pilot, and 1 radar interception officer, RIO, did so with the F-4. The F-4 continued to be a major part of U.S. military air power throughout the 1970s and 1980s, gradually being replaced by more modern aircraft such as the F-15 Eagle and F-16 Fighting Falcon in the U.S. Air Force, F-1 for Tomcat in the U.S. Navy, and F/A-18 Hornet in the U.S. Navy and U.S. Marine Corps. The F-4 Phantom II remained in use by the U.S. in reconnaissance and wild weasel suppression of enemy air defenses roles in the 1991 Gulf War, finally leaving combat service in 1996. It was also the only aircraft used by both U.S. flight demonstration teams, United States Air Force Thunderbirds, F-4E, and United States Navy Blue Angels, F-4J. The F-4 is also operated by the armed forces of 11 other countries. Israeli Phantoms saw extensive combat in several Arab-Israeli conflicts, while Iran used a large fleet of Phantoms, acquired before the fall of the Shah in the Iran-Iraq War. The F-4 remains in active service with the air forces of Iran, Greece and Turkey. The aircraft has recently been in service against the Islamic State group in the Middle East.